secret I want to tell you. Keep watching to find out more. Hi, lifestylers. It's your girl, Chikara, coming at you like Cleopatra with a new video. So, I have a secret that I want to tell you all. It's been on my mind for a while, and it's just something that I really need to confess. As some of you all know, I am a writer, and I am a poet, and I am an artiste who lives in the city of Chicago. And it's just, it's a shame for me to admit this. Your girl, I've never seen the movie Love Jones. I know, as a poet in Chicago, that this movie was seminal. It was very important in showing the literary scene of Chicago at the time. Not only that, but it's been touted as a great American love story between Black people, a Black man and a Black woman. Like, this was supposed to encapsulate the whole Chicago poetry, 90s poetry scene at that time. And your girl just didn't see it. I know it's been on Hulu, maybe. It's been on Netflix. It's been in the theaters. But your girl just never saw it. Until, dun 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 dun, yesterday. It's yesterday. So let me tell you, I saw it last night on the south side of Chicago. What? Chicago. So last night, I saw Love Jones. About Love Jones. So that's I've created the atmosphere. I've created the environment for you. The movie starts. So I've created the atmosphere. I've created the environment for you. The movie starts with photos that the character, that later on I find out that the character Nina has taken. These photographs, you all, they are beautiful. They are raw. They show Black people in such a beautiful light. They show the city of Chicago so beautifully. Immediately, I am engrossed into the film. The beginning also reminded me of Get Out, because that's how Chris starts his movie, like with he's a photographer too. And so immediately I am engrossed in the movie. I am seeing my city. My city looks so beautiful. And I just want to know more about these characters and what's going on. Know more about these characters, and I want to know more about these characters and what's going on. So first thing I notice is that the city of Chicago is its own character. In the establishing shots, we see old school record stores. We see normal people living their lives. And it opens with a poetry scene. And at the sanctuary, it's dimly lit. There's a pan view of the crowd, and they are really into it. So every Monday night, the sanctuary has an open mic, and the MC introduces Darius. Darius is a writer for New City, which I am so familiar with because that still exists today. And my amazing say it with your chest master poet Tara Bates works there. So immediately I had a connection to it. So I'm like, okay, they're using the city of Chicago. They're using real people, real events, and it gets into the poetry. So Lorenz Tate, Lorenz Tate, Darius' character, he meets Nina, which is Nia Long's character, and she asks him what he's thinking, and he says he's thinking about this woman that he met, and he goes up to the stage and he does this poem that has her name in it, but I'm really thinking that he just had a poem already and he just put her name in it. But he thinks he's got it going on, and then she approaches him after it's done. She writes something on his hand. I really couldn't see that part clearly, but apparently she dissed him because all his friends were there, and he think he was going somewhere and getting a little something from her. But that didn't actually happen. That happens a lot later on, where they go out, they get to know each other, and she gets down with him on the first date, which is something that she usually doesn't do. But that's okay. Live your life. You're free to do what you want. She doesn't do. Later on, he sees her at a record store. His friend works at the record store, and he finds her address on the check, and he goes to her apartment, stalkerish behavior, and he goes to her apartment, and she invites him in because he brought her a CD, an Isley Brothers CD that she was looking for. And he says like he could keep bringing her Prince CDs, like he could bringing her Isley Brothers CDs, and that he probably already has her phone number because that was on the checks. That was already on the check. And I'm like, dude, that's a little stalkerish. Is this supposed to be romantic? Dude, she said no to you the first time, so maybe you should just leave her alone. Okay? So despite all of that, she likes him, and they bond through, in the record store, they bond through music. He plays her this Charlie Parker CD. And that was one of the things that I really, really liked about the movie, was the incorporation of Black art through it, through the poetry, through the jazz. But essentially, it's a love story about these two characters coming together. They grow as individuals. Marcus grows in his writing career, and she also grows as an photographer. In the film, we see that she ends up working at Vibe, and she's not the assistant anymore. Girl has her own assistants. Okay, talk about career mobility. So I really like that part of the movie where she had. Darius also has career mobility. He starts off as a writer for New City, and then he gets a deal to write his own book. At the end of the movie, we see that the name of the book is called Gypsy Eyes, and he kind of makes this vague dedication as people and as characters. So Nia gets a job. No, Josie. Later on in the movie, Josie calls Darius to tell him that Nina got this job. She's going to New York, and that her train leaves at noon. So we flip to a scene where Darius is writing, like looks like he's having an internal struggle about whether or not he should go see her. Eventually he goes to see her, and oh, it's so good. It shows him like running through Union Station, my city. What? Chicago. Shows him running through Union Station. He's running. It's about, you think like with all the other romantic movies that eventually they meet up. But no, this doesn't happen. And actually, now this really wouldn't happen because security is not catching him. He's just running through like any old body. That shot was really beautiful. He's running through it. So he just misses her as the train goes off. And Nina looks longingly. Nina looks longingly. See what I did there? Nina longing. All right. Nina looks longingly away. And then it shuts off. And I'm like, oh, what happened? Do they get to be together? Then it says 1 year later. So Nina gets a ticket to come to Chicago because she has some kind of business thing to do, and she ends up back at the sanctuary where she and Darius had their little meet cute. And she goes there. We know she wants Darius to be there, but she really doesn't see him. So she does her piece anyway. Her piece is beautiful. The MC introduces her. The MC looks at the names and he immediately recognizes her names. And he seems a little surprised that she's there. So he introduces her like this is her first time on the mic. She's a virgin. She's a little nervous and she has her book open. And she says she was hoping that someone would be there. But she doesn't see him. So she says her poem anyway. And her poem is beautiful. She did the description. Her poem is just beautiful. And then Darius, he hears her. And so Nina's upset. So she's walking by and she throws away her journal and I was like, no, all those beautiful pieces of writing you got. I know just because you didn't see dude was that don't mean you gotta throw your whole notebook away. We don't do that. We don't throw our journals away. We don't do that here. So she throws it away. Darius ends up following her out. He sees her. And they have like a little chatty chat. And she's like, I live in New York. How are we going to make this work? And then it ends. So I really liked Love Jones. Those were some of the scenes that stood out to me. And I definitely want to see it again. So now that you know my secret. So now that you know my secret, you can tell me one of yours. Like, what is a really, really popular movie that you haven't seen amongst your community? So please like, subscribe, and comment. And remember, as not only does Black beauty matter, but Black love matters. Thank you for watching Pale Black Girl Lifestyle. Hope to see more of you in these videos. Thank you. Bye.